All right, it is. Ooh, I'm cramping. So those front squats yesterday. Playing havoc a little bit today. Quads cramping up as I, tighten up through that overhead press. Anyway, week 2, day 4. We're doing overhead press for 4 sets of 6 at 145. Once again, last set is as many reps as possible, shooting for 6 to 8. We're going to the next base wave starting Monday, so whatever we do today doesn't really impact where our starting point is next week. So we're going to do overhead press, close grip bench, and then arms. So it's a fun little dessert day. Going to move into curls now. These are 4 sets, 12 to 15. On Tuesday, we did 4 sets of 15 with 25 pounds on each side. So since we were able to max out the sets across without issue, I'm adding 5 pounds on each side. So since we added weight, we're just going to drop back down to 12s. All right. Just gonna sit for a minute. So, I don't have the chickens running around today like I would normally like. They tore up my wife's garden last night. So, they're on house arrest, coop arrest, as it were. Instead of being out, in the sun from, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., full 8 hours, they're kind of confined for an hour, hour and a half now, where I can actually be out there with them and supervise. And it got me thinking, like, I've told you to get out of that garden so many times. Don't you know it's good for you? Now you've got consequences. And kind of got me thinking, that must be how God thinks about us. Like, there's a lot of analogies in the Bible about, Jesus being the good shepherd, us being his flock. And there's a little bit to that of, loving something and being responsible for it while also understanding that it is a lower level of being than you are. That chicken, I'm here for the good of it, but it runs from me. It doesn't let me embrace it all the time. And it doesn't listen to what I say, even though it's what's for the best. Chicken thinks it knows better than I do. And the chicken and I are playing different games. In fact, the chicken can't even understand the game that I'm playing because of its limited nature. And I think, is that how God looks at us? Like, despite our best efforts, we're like chicken or sheep to him. He loves us, cares for us, wants to bring us in, but we push him away. We refuse to listen. And we think we know better when it's our own limited understanding that is preventing us from seeing eye to eye with the Almighty. I don't know. Once again, just one of those half-finished thoughts that's been bouncing around as I chase my chickens around the yard. Thought it was an ant crawling on me, just grass tickling my foot. How many of you guys lift in flip-flops? Shout of hands for this elite footwear. Oh, that one does have an ant on it. Whew. So it was I don't remember if it was Friday Night Lights or the Replacements, but there was one guy who used to say, they were talking about shoes and how white shoes make you look slower than you really are or something. And then one guy said, I could knock you out in a pair of flip-flops. That's always what I think about when I come out and lift in my flip-flops after spending so much time freaking researching squat and deadlift shoes. Turns out that my feet were pretty okay the whole time. Although I do like squatting in a heeled shoe. I feel like it helps me hit depth better. Six. Then sings my soul, my say, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 1, 2. You ever just get like hymns stuck in your head? I was listening to Alan Jackson playlist on the way home from the coast the other day, and as part of that playlist, it hit me with his gospel album. I gotta tell you, I've been singing church songs all week because of it. It's a good problem to have, I'm sure. Carrie Underwood made her way in there too. She's got a gospel album. Had the audacity to make me cry. All right, we're about to go into our last set. Rest for a minute. And these are feeling pretty good. Like I said, we'll shoot for 6 to 8. I'm not trying for 10 or 12. It's because, like I was saying yesterday, I'm feeling pretty beat up from the volume this week. So I'm going to take the opportunity to let off the gas a little bit so that we can come in fresh on Monday when we start hitting legs for 5x5. So we're going to go through, do all the reps, do them right, but we're not looking for anything extra. No plus ultra. All right. That's 2 minutes, should be adequate. Eight. Whew. Wouldn't it be adequate? That one's from The Simpsons. All right, last set of curls here. Whew. All right. It's starting to get hot. I think the high today is like 91. Then sings my soul, my Savior to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Right, I'm not going to superset on these. Whew. Just because really the only other exercises I have are skull crushers, which are direct competition for this muscle group, and the the barbell rotations, which I'd have to strip the bar to get the right weight on. So we'll just knock out 60 reps here at 145, and then we'll finish off with the shoulder rotations and the skull crushers. Whew, this seat's hot. Okay. To the observant viewer, I did 15 reps right there. I think I'm just going to try to knock this out in 4 sets of 15 instead of 5 sets of 12. Same amount of reps, just feels quicker in my head. Which I'm sure the argument is, if you can do sets of 15, you should be adding more weight. Ooh. And that is a valid point. But not one that I'm going to act on today. My Savior God to me. my hubris. Oh, that's 30. Whew. One more minute. One, two. We're reverting to 12s. Or maybe I'll breathe. Knock out 3. That lactic acid accumulates quickly. Or lactate. I heard some of your body doesn't actually produce lactic acid. And that it's been a misidentification this whole time. People say that when they really mean lactate. Alright, here's the 3 I owe you. $15 left. I got 3 reps left. Oh, when I was a kid, we used to go to the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. Well, Chicago area, you know, everything in northern Illinois is Chicago. We used to go to that zoo probably once or twice a year. Like, my folks would bring me once, and then we'd go for a school field trip. There were always these machines. You put $1 in, and then it would like make a thermoplastic mold of a gorilla or a shark or a giraffe. And I just remember the distinct smell of that molten plastic cooking before you got your cheap little birthday candle toy. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because that's what my bench smells like in the hot sun right now. All right, 3 left. Ugh. Tell you, at some point, the sweat on these flip-flops is going to be a safety concern. Then sing my soul, my sin is gone to thee. How great thou art. All right. So again, we added 10 pounds to this since Tuesday, so we're just shooting for 12 across. Oh. One. 2. This bench is burning my ass. Una más. That horseshoe, is it coming out? Can't really see. And 1, 2. All right, last one. So I feel those right in here. It's more of a pulling action than a, I don't know how to explain it. Anyhow, while I figure out how to articulate that, wanted to thank you for joining me for another week. Once again, this concludes week 2 of 15. We'll catch you on Monday.